Hi there, Monarch Nation, and welcome to the latest edition of the Dom Manilla Coaches Show, our inside look at the Old Dominion University women's tennis program with head coach Dom Manilla. I'm Ted Alexander. Coach, what a win at Virginia Tech. A nice bounce-back effort from your squad.
Yeah, that one felt good. Taking those two on the road the week before, come back in the type of weather that Blacksburg was providing us, get a nice win like that at Tech felt pretty good.
It's the first time you've beaten Virginia Tech, always a big deal. Tell me about how important it was after the result down in Florida to get something good happening when you got back in this region.
Yeah, well, I think, internally we weren't too stressed about like I guess what you're referencing is like the win-loss record, because we went down there and took two losses. However, our losses are all to top 25 teams. Florida State turned around and beat the Gators 2 days after that, and then UCF just beat the Gators the other day. So, I think both of them are around the top 10. Ole Miss is pumping around top 15. So our losses have been, not bad by any stretch. And then, a win over Notre Dame and now Virginia Tech, we feel pretty good about where we are. But, just kind of getting the momentum back of just remembering, we know we're good, but, when you get the win, it really helps for sure.
You start with the doubles competition, and Old Dominion blessed to have one of the best doubles teams in the nation with Yulia and Alessia. Tell us about the 8th-ranked doubles team in the country.
Well, they sure are a lot of fun. I've been lucky to spend a lot of time in their court, and they did let me spend a lot of time in their court anyways for now. And they're just a fun team. They're very dynamic. Every time we play, it's pretty different, which is a good thing. I think the other team doesn't really know what to expect. I think that sometimes, Yulia is just on fire. We said that she's just the best doubles player in the country. I stand by that. Sometimes she's just on fire, and then sometimes Alessia just can step up and just show why she belongs in the top 10 of doubles. And that's equally as impressive. So, it's just day to day, and it's really, you almost feel like it's 4-on-2 sometimes. So it's pretty neat to work with them. But it's those two in our lineup have just made all of our doubles teams better. Like what Holly and Tanya are doing to teams at number 2 now is incredible. I think they got a 6-1 win at Virginia Tech in about 10 minutes. And, and then Shahan and Alex, who made it to the semis of our regionals before, to think that they're a top 3 team, with top 25 wins like that. Last year we had our number 3 team was top 25 in the country. So, I just think that just somebody like Alessia and Yulia, that type of team, has just made everybody better. So it's pretty neat having somebody like teams like that on your roster.
What makes a good doubles player?
Well, I think you got to have a good sense of the court, and for some players that comes more natural than others. Even the highest level players, they feel where they are, they feel where the ball is, they feel they can kind of have a sense where their opponents are, and it just becomes natural to them, to compete in that moment, in that setting. And it's some tennis players want to say, oh, it's like chess, but I think it's much more reactionary than that. Like you just know where to go with the ball. Yulia has that. Alessia has that. Several players on our team have that. But, I think that there's a key ingredient that it doesn't always show itself in singles. I think in singles in the women's game, it's pretty, we move side to side a lot on the baseline. Some players move forward. But in doubles, it's very much the whole court. And, some players see the whole court well, and some players don't see it as well.
What are the ingredients that you have to stir in the pot to determine who plays best with whom?
Well, we kind of look at it like a basketball team. When you're putting your teams together, you kind of like to have some teams that you really need a big center, and, you need somebody to pass them the ball. And then some teams like, hey, you got 2 really good, you got a good 3 and 4 guard, and you guys are set for a 2-on-2. You pretty much got everything covered. Or, and sometimes you just got 2 little guards in the back that you just got to run around and move them quick. So we look to have strengths complement each other. you know, and with these teams that we have right now, we kind of have people who can work the ball consistently and tough out of the corners in the back. And then we have somebody up at the front who's just ready to dunk it. And that's kind of our MO, is that we have kind of somebody in the back just pounding the ball relentlessly. And so we bring that relentless consistency that, hey, we are just going to push you back into the corners. And then as soon as, like Yulia, as soon as Yulia can hit you with a haymaker, she's going to hit you. And man, you know, she hits you hard. So that's kind of our, you know, and Holly does that at 2, and Alex does that at 3. And, you know, Shaha in the back, you know, she plays Fed Cup for Israel. You know, you think that she's going to miss on the baseline. It's tough. She doesn't miss very often, you know. And then you have Tanya, who plays number 3 for us, just wiping through teams lately. You know, she's at the back with, you know, 6-foot Holly, you know, staring down that opponent's throat. And then you have, you know, a team like, you know, Alessia and Yulia at 1. I really like our setup the last couple of days.
It's a myth that says if someone's good in singles, they'll be good in doubles, isn't it?
Yeah, sometimes, but I mean, I would bet that Roger and Rafa are probably top 5 at least, you know, in the doubles, you know. And, you know, I think that the game has changed so much. I think, you know, I think that's more, that used to be more true. But now, you know, Jack Sock is probably the best doubles player in the world. And a lot of it's because he can just smack the ball at you so hard with so much spin that you can't really handle it at the net. So, you know, the game's changed a little bit, and, you know, we coach that way. You know, you see us a lot of times, you know, we go at the net player, you know, which is a little different than it used to be with Continental Grip, pushing it by him or over him, you know.
Do you take the forehand or the backhand side when you're playing doubles?
Well, my best backhand is a forehand. So, you know, whichever side they're going to serve to my forehand more, I'll take that side.
Manilla, you're taking on NC State in Raleigh this weekend. Talk about the preparation leading up to that one.
Well, the last 2 weeks we've really been hitting it hard on the, you know, I don't want to say it's a fitness block, but we've been a little bit more physical. You know, when we first got here, we had the COVID issues that everybody has to deal with, all the teams that to deal with, you know, coming from overseas, you sit down. And so we really were focused on hitting a lot of tennis balls, getting ready for Ole Miss and Notre Dame. And then after that, we started, you know, kind of implementing more and more fitness. We went down south, you know, down in Florida, and realized, hey, you know, we got to really work on the legs. So we've been really pushing the work on the legs the last 2 weeks. We looked really strong at Virginia Tech. I think that was really good for us. So we're continuing that, a little bit of really physical practices the last couple of days. Everybody's getting after it. You know, they're just kind of being animals on the exercise bikes, chucking medicine balls around. I mean, they look fit, they look strong. And we want to continue that against a really tough NC State team. I mean, NC State is at the top of the ACC. They've been all inside the top 10 the last 2 years, top 5 last year, I believe. Number 1 ranked doubles team in the country last couple of years. I think their team is ranked 3 right now. So we're really looking forward. There's a lot of opportunities there, but they're going to be tough. And we're at their place. It's going to be inside, but, you know, we're, like you said, we got some confidence, and we're going down there to win. You know, that's why, why drive down there if that's not what you're trying to do.
Manilla, appreciate the time. Best of luck this weekend. For fans waiting to see the Monarchs at the Folk Stevens Tennis Center, well, mark your calendars for February the 27th when William & Mary comes to the Folk Stevens. Coach, best of luck this weekend. Thanks for the time.
Hey, thanks so much, Ted. Go Monarchs.
That's Manilla, Coach's Show here on Monarch Media.